News this morning. Sky News understands that the English FA is set to send a letter withdrawing support for Gianni Infantino's re-election. We also revealed that Wales became the first football association to officially withdraw support. This follows the loss of confidence in his leadership after that botched attempt to sell off a stake in the World Cup. From our sports correspondent, Rob Harris. We're going to get a reaction from Jackie in a moment, but let's bring in Rob first of all, because, Rob, you're the one that's broken this story this morning. So what can you tell us?
Yes, this is now a concerted effort to force Gianni Infantino out of power at FIFA. We understand that the English Football Association is set to tell Gianni Infantino in writing that they have withdrawn support for his re-election next year as FIFA president. This is an escalating crisis for him. It was very early this morning. We were live on Sky News revealing that Wales had officially submitted their letter withdrawing backing for Infantino's re-election all over this attempt to sell off stakes, which has imploded. This attempt to sell off those stakes in the World Cup to private investors, creating fury, particularly across European football. And there now is this momentum across the UEFA nations to put pressure on Infantino to leave office. The Football Association on Saturday said that they didn't have any confidence in him, and they called for a full and robust review of FIFA's leadership and governance to ensure that the global game is run transparently for the benefit of all 211 member nations and with the long-term stewardship of football at its heart. And now we're seeing some of that action take place. I've not heard from Infantino in the 2 days since putting that statement out. He's been quiet since he put a statement out exclusively in the early hours of Saturday morning to Sky News, revealing that he was abandoning this attempt to launch a $20 billion valued venture to hive off the money-making parts of FIFA into and sell $4.2 billion to private investors. And there is this sense, what will it take from European nations as they see it for Infantino to leave office? This is an attempt to put pressure on him to do so. They do have the mechanisms of forcing a vote of no confidence. It's next March in Morocco where Gianni Infantino is due to stand for re-election as things stand. Having first gained power in 2016, it would give him another 4-year term until 2031. And what we got the sense of, the fact that the FA had submitted their backing, is how much support Gianni Infantino had, particularly in recent months, despite mounting questions about some of the ways he was conducting himself at FIFA, some of those close links with Donald Trump, some of the business dealings, some of the decisions off the pitch, some of the issues with disciplinary decisions like the lifting of Folarin Balogun's red card suspension for the USA start of the World Cup, like Cristiano Ronaldo getting off his ban for the start of the World Cup without any explanation at all. So there already were questions about Gianni Infantino's leadership, but they've all been brought to a head by this controversy of the attempt to sell off stakes in the World Cup. And now we are seeing a draining of support for Gianni Infantino in Europe. But there are parts of the world still backing him. We hear a lot from particularly African nations and the Middle East as well. Qatar have put out support for his leadership as well, praising him for listening to people and withdrawing these plans. But certainly for within Europe, there is now a determined effort to force Gianni Infantino out of power. And Sky News understands that the Football Association from Wembley is writing to FIFA to withdraw their previous backing for Gianni Infantino's re-election as he tries to seek the endorsement yet again of the 211 football associations to continue in power. But that is looking increasingly unlikely.